In the next 5 minutes, your career trajectory could split into two paths. One where you become irreplaceable in your field, and one where you get left behind. The difference? It's not your degree or your years of experience. It's whether you understand how to work with AI. Welcome to KB Bluetree, where we cut through the noise and give you the frameworks that actually move your career forward. Over the past 3 years, we've helped thousands of professionals transform how they work, and today we're tackling something critical. Why AI fluency has become as essential as learning to use email was 20 years ago. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear framework for building this skill and real tactics you can use starting today. Problem? Here's what we're seeing in workplaces everywhere. You sit down Monday morning with a task that should take 2 hours. 4 hours later, you're still grinding through it, wondering why everything takes so long. Meanwhile, you've heard colleagues mention using AI tools, but you're not sure where to start. The options feel overwhelming, and honestly, you're worried about looking incompetent if you ask basic questions. So, you keep doing things the old way. Manually formatting reports, spending 30 minutes crafting emails, researching topics the long way. You tell yourself you'll learn AI eventually when things slow down. But things never slow down, and that gap keeps widening. You've probably noticed something else too. The people getting promoted aren't always the ones working the longest hours. They're the ones who seem to accomplish twice as much in half the time. They're calm, they're strategic, and they're not burning out. What do they know that you don't? Here's the deeper truth that nobody's talking about. We are living through the biggest shift in how work gets done since computers entered the office. But unlike that transition, this one is happening in months, not decades. The professionals who learn to leverage AI aren't just getting a slight edge, they're operating in a completely different league. Think about what digital literacy meant in the late 1990s. Knowing how to use email, create documents, navigate the internet. These weren't luxury skills. They became baseline requirements for professional work. If you couldn't do these things by 2005, your career options were severely limited. AI fluency is following the same pattern, but faster. Within the next 2 years, the gap between AI fluent professionals and those still working the old way will be massive. Not because AI replaces workers, but because AI amplified workers will outperform those who don't adapt. The companies that succeed will be filled with people who know how to direct AI tools effectively. The ones struggling will be filled with people still doing everything manually. Here's the part that makes this tricky. AI fluency isn't like learning a single software program. It's a new way of thinking about problems. It requires understanding what AI does well, what it does poorly, and how to prompt it effectively. Most people either avoid it completely or try using it once, get mediocre results, and give up. Neither approach works. Solutions? Let's talk about what actually works. At KB Bluetree, we've developed a framework we call the 3-layer AI integration system. It's designed for busy professionals who can't take a month off to learn new technology. This is practical, implementable, and proven. Layer 1 is task identification. Start by tracking your work for 3 days. Every time you do a repetitive task, format a document, draft communication, research a topic, or analyze information, write it down. At the end of 3 days, you'll have a list of 20 to 30 recurring tasks. Now ask yourself which of these require human judgment versus human execution. The execution-heavy tasks are your first targets for AI assistance. For example, summarizing meeting notes requires human judgment about what matters, but the actual writing is execution. Creating a project timeline requires judgment about dependencies, but formatting the schedule is execution. Researching industry trends requires judgment about relevance, but gathering initial information is execution. You're looking for the execution components you can delegate to AI while you focus on the judgment components. Layer 2 is strategic prompting. This is where most people fail with AI. They treat it like a search engine, when it's actually more like briefing a skilled assistant. The difference in results is enormous. Every effective AI prompt has 3 elements: context about the situation, specific instructions about what you need, and clarity about the format you want. Instead of asking for a project update email, tell the AI this: you're updating stakeholders on a software implementation project that's 2 weeks behind schedule due to vendor delays. Write a professional email that acknowledges the delay, explains the cause without making excuses, provides a revised timeline, and maintains confidence in the outcome. Keep it under 200 words with a collaborative tone. See the difference? You've given context, specific instructions, and format requirements. The AI now has everything it needs to generate something actually useful. This approach works for any task: analyzing data, drafting proposals, creating frameworks, even debugging your own thinking. Like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content that helps you work smarter. Layer 3 is the human-AI workflow loop. This is crucial. AI doesn't replace your expertise, it amplifies it. The most effective professionals use a cycle that looks like this. Define the problem yourself. Use AI to generate options or first drafts. Apply your judgment to refine and improve. Then use AI again to polish and format. This loop lets you move faster while maintaining quality. Let's get tactical. Here are 5 immediate implementations you can start today. First, use AI to draft all your routine emails. Give it the context and key points. Review and personalize the output. You'll cut email time in half. Second, before any research project, have AI create an outline of subtopics and key questions to investigate. This structures your research and prevents rabbit holes. Third, after meetings, paste your rough notes into an AI tool and have it organize them into clear action items, decisions made, and open questions. Fourth, when you're stuck on a problem, explain it to an AI tool and ask for 5 different approaches. You're not looking for the answer, but for ways to think about the problem differently. Fifth, use AI to review your own work. Paste in your draft and ask what's unclear, what's missing, or what could be more concise. The key insight here is that AI fluency isn't about memorizing tools or becoming a programmer. It's about developing a new collaboration skill. You're learning to work with an intelligent system that can process information faster than you, but needs your judgment to be useful. Master this collaboration and you'll multiply your output without multiplying your hours. Success story. Let me tell you about Gregory. He's a project manager at a mid-sized consulting firm, and he came to us 6 months ago feeling completely overwhelmed. He was working 60-hour weeks, constantly behind on deliverables, and watching younger colleagues get promoted past him. Gregory's biggest frustration was documentation, client reports, status updates, project summaries. He spent 15 to 20 hours every week just writing things up. We walked Gregory through the 3-layer AI integration system. He identified that, while he needed to make judgment calls about project status and recommendations, the actual writing and formatting was pure execution. He learned strategic prompting and built templates for his most common documents. Then he established his workflow loop where he'd outline key points, have AI draft the full document, then refine it with his expertise. The results were remarkable. Within 4 weeks, Gregory cut his documentation time from 20 hours to 6 hours per week. That's 14 hours back in his schedule. He redirected that time into strategic planning and client relationship building. The things that actually drive his career forward. His reports became more consistent and comprehensive because he wasn't rushing through them, exhausted. 3 months later, Gregory was promoted to senior project manager. His director specifically mentioned his ability to deliver high-quality work efficiently and take on strategic initiatives. But here's what Gregory told us was most valuable. He stopped feeling behind. That constant anxiety of racing the clock disappeared. He now finishes most days feeling accomplished instead of defeated. His work-life balance improved dramatically. That's the real transformation we're after at KB Bluetree. Not just productivity hacks, but sustainable career growth that doesn't cost you your well-being. Call to action. So here's what we need you to do right now. Before you close this video, pick one repetitive task you'll do tomorrow. Just one. Write down exactly what you need to accomplish with that task. Then open any AI tool and write a prompt that gives context, specific instructions, and format requirements. Run it and see what happens. You're not committing to anything massive. You're just testing the process. This single action will teach you more than hours of reading about AI ever could. You'll immediately see what works, what needs adjustment, and how much time you can save. Tomorrow, you'll pick a second task. By the end of next week, you'll have transformed 5 to 7 regular activities. That's when the compounding effect kicks in, and you start reclaiming hours of your time. Remember, AI fluency isn't optional anymore. It's the difference between thriving and surviving in modern professional life. The good news is, you don't need to become a technical expert. You just need to learn how to collaborate effectively with these tools. Start small, build the skill, and watch your capacity expand. If this framework helped you, hit that like button and subscribe to KB Blue Tree. We release new videos every week with practical systems for career growth and sustainable productivity. Drop a comment below telling us which task you're going to tackle first. With AI, we read every comment, and your success story might be featured in our next video. You've got the framework, you've got the tactics. Now go make it happen.